All right, man. We back in there
So,
like swimwear.
yep, absolutely, man.
What's going on, man? Today we're gonna be talking about a film that's it is very much childhood nostalgia for me, and it's a I would say it's an action slasher film. It's got Chuck Norris, Silent Rage, man. That's the one we're talking about. But
Yeah, you got a nice edition.
yeah, I got the '88 films, but the thing about it is, man, this thing don't have it has shit for special features. Kind of crazy, but
That's the only reason I haven't upgraded because there's no special features, and I just didn't feel like it's the type of film I just want a little bit better quality.
yeah. But yeah, so it's got so this film's basically it's a mentally disturbed patient. He snaps one day and he kills his landlord and another tenant, and so the police, he gets into it with Chuck Norris's character, uh, Sheriff Dan, and he brings him in, but then he breaks his handcuffs, kicks the damn police door from the back seat, kicks it out, starts going ape shit, crazy, fucking people up, and then they shoot him down and pretty much murder him, but he still looks alive, which was kind of weird. But then they take him to the morgue or whatever, but it's like this special research hospital too. And anyway, they do some weird experimentation type shit, like Frankenstein type shit, but also they give him like this healing factor, like I guess you say like
Yeah,
Wolverine or some shit, But
yeah, it's some kind of weird fucking scientific, experiment.
yeah,
And they think they've got like the formula to basically like revive the dead. Um, it's
to
very
make him
unique. Yeah,
to make him indestructible. To like they're thinking this one doctor, he's obsessed, with the whole shit, like kind of like Frankenstein would have been. Uh,
yeah,
and but I'll go through the cast right quick. So you got Brian Libby, which is playing the John Kirby maniac mental patient killer.
right. Yeah,
Uh, then you got Chuck Norris, which is Dan, Sheriff Dan. Uh, Ron Silver, he's Dr. Tom. Uh, and he was in Blue Steel, The Entity. That's a couple that I know of. Stephen Keats is in this. He was in Death Wish and The Gambler. William Finley, crazy William Finley, was in Sisters, Eaten Alive, Dressed to Kill, Obsession, and he was also in Phantom of the Paradise.
yeah.
And
He's
you
very
got
iconic as well with the glasses and the whole look.
yeah, just a crazy, crazy guy every time you see him. In this one, he's pulled back quite a bit, and then
Yeah,
you got Stephen First, which is kind of like the comic relief of the film, and he was in like the great film Animal House. Uh, he was in National Lampoon's Class Reunion, which I didn't mention that about Brian Libby. He was also in Shawshank Redemption, The Mist, Air Force One, and of course Chuck Norris. I mean, if y'all don't know what he was in Lone Wolf McQuade,
yeah.
Walker Texas Ranger, Missing in Action. He's been in a ton of films, but
Invasion USA.
Invasion USA, yeah, Delta Force, I think, was another one. Uh, yeah, big Force of is it Force of One? I think too. But Chuck Norris was such a big deal when I was growing up as a kid. You know.
I was never like big into those films at all, to be honest.
Yeah.
The guy I kind of liked was Steven Seagal. Like Van Damme and all that shit I didn't really get into.
I was
But in
really
this,
go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say in this, he's really like, his acting is poor, to be honest, but he's there for the action scenes and he's great, you know, in the fight scenes and all that. Sorry,
Yeah.
Dick, what I was going to say.
Yeah, but like back then, Chuck Norris was the man. But I was really into Bruce Lee too back then. But to see him fight this indestructible damn man, like he just beats the shit out of him, and the dude just keeps coming back for more. It like I seen it very, very young, and it kind of like there's a one scene in particular in the film that really messed with me as a kid. But
I mean, some of his shit, like, you know, the whole look of him as well, because he's a very distinctive looking guy.
yeah,
And he's brilliant in this, John Libby. Like, Brian Libby, John
yeah,
Kirby.
right.
But like you say, the whole relentless coming back and back and back is kind of taken from, I think, Halloween
Oh
and
yeah,
Westworld,
definitely.
but with strong like Frankenstein kind type vibes as
Yeah,
well. With the
definitely. Because I
experiment.
think the director even mentioned that it was like Frankenstein what he had in mind. But
Yeah, I can
but
totally see that as well.
I definitely see some shot for shot. It's exactly like the first Halloween. Like when he's
Yeah,
grabbing the knife
yeah,
off the table in one scene, you know, those point of view shots, and the director Michael Miller. So he did Hard Bodies in 1984, which is crazy to think he did Hard Bodies. He also did Saturday the 14th in 1981. So
right. That's one of the first ones like spoofs I ever saw on
yeah, me too.
VHS, man.
Same
Um,
as
he did
me.
Class Reunion as well, which is another spoof.
Class
It's
Reunion.
kind
Yeah.
of like a slasher parody.
It is. It's a silly ass movie. I used to watch that movie so many times, like over and over on VHS. I did.
Yeah, it was.
I
Yeah,
remember I recorded it off HBO and shit. But yeah.
that was always one that was in the VHS shop. Yeah.
And I forgot to mention the lead actress in this, Tony Callum. Calum.
Yeah.
She was in Private Benjamin. She was also did a lot of television work. Like she was in MacGyver, Equalizer. She's done quite a bit. I think she does a good job in this. But
I think she's excellent in this because she plays the love interest, you
right,
know, of the
yeah.
deputy or the
And
sheriff
how
or
do you feel
whatever.
about that love interest? I mean, ain't it kind of rapey how Chuck Norris is too? She's like, I'm not gonna get into bed with you, and he's like, yeah, whatever. And he's still like just fondling on her and shit. It's kind of
He's
creepy
kind
in a
of
way.
he's kind of forceful with her as well.
Yeah,
But I did like the chemistry between the two. They did seem to like, you know, it was believable anyway, put it that
yeah,
way, that they could be a couple.
yeah.
Um,
Had plenty
but
of sex montages with a great.
fucking swinging in fucking hammocks and
Yeah,
shit,
got the
you know,
hammock
and that.
swinging like they're gonna fly off. They got fruit prepared with
Oh
with
god, yeah, yeah.
wine. It's all cut up perfect like a
And the
gourmet fucking
song as
chef did it,
well.
you know. But
So to set it all up, that love montage, you've got a song playing in the background, and it's called "It's the Time for Love." I
yeah,
mean, oh man, it is great. It
yeah, man,
is
it puts
great.
me right in the fucking mood. I told my old lady, Tasha was watching with me. I was like, "You want me to buy this soundtrack?" So
Oh fuck! I thought you was gonna say, "Do you want me to buy a hammock where you can
yeah,
like swinging in a fucking
just some
hammock?"
fruit.
And
Let's cut some fruit up.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
As you do, man. That's what people done back in the day. Hammocks and fucking eating fruit and.
Yeah.
But yeah, his acting in this is not the best. But
Yeah, it's
you
not,
know,
but
Chuck Norris. But
what are you gonna do?
I mean,
But
he does pull off the part quite well. You know, because you know it's like 1 hour 40 minutes, and he's believable as a sheriff. I think.
yeah,
But obviously, his acting, he's not there. This film is not really about acting.
this
Oh, having
film,
said that, the killer was great.
yeah, oh yeah, Brian Libby does an amazing job as this creepy ass, big ass lanky, hulking type dude that's
Big,
just
like sweaty as well at the start, you know,
sweaty
when
as
he's coming like withdrawal symptoms from drugs and
yeah. You see him talking to
just
his doctor.
relentless.
Yeah, you see him talking to his doctor. He's like, "I'm losing it," and he even takes out his pills and fucking spills the pills all over the floor. And then he's talking. He grabs the phone. He's like, he said, "What does he say? I can't. I'm done." Or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
And then he
He goes
snaps.
and grabs a fucking axe.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's just
and this
fucking.
woman is just bitching, dude. Like she's bitching at the kids. She's like griping at him, and the kids are like little assholes. Talking about, I hear one little kid saying, "Shit, shit,
They're
shit,
swearing in
shit."
the. Yeah, I was going to say
Like,
that. If you listen carefully, you can make out that.
right?
And there's even the Shining scene when he fucking takes
Oh
axing through
yeah,
the fucking door.
definitely,
That
definitely.
was definitely an influence. No, this is a fun watch. I remember liking this back years ago when I first seen it,
Yeah,
15 years ago maybe. And on this watch now, I like it even more. But I can understand Dirk's got a lot of nostalgia,
yeah,
you know.
man. When I was a kid, I watched this late night. I'll never forget. This was early '80s, probably eight. When did this come out? '82.
82, yeah.
Yeah, so I've probably seen it. It was on HBO or or Cinemax, one of them channels. I think it was HBO though, to be honest. I've probably seen it in '83 or '84, but I just remember as a kid, man, it messed me up because like especially at the very end of the film, that's what got me. It's the very end of the film, uh,
And I
and it
totally forgot about that ending when I like going back into it this time.
yeah
But yeah, it generally is fucking creepy.
yeah
I can see how that would fuck you up as a kid
a little
watching it.
kid watching that shit. Like,
Yeah.
so,
I
but
mean,
yeah,
even as
man,
an adult, it still works now. That scene does work well now.
right.
Um,
Well, you got to
but
mention the bars.
did you get like the oh yeah, I know the scene you're gonna mention. But I was gonna say, did you get like absurd vibes, Joe D'Amato, as well as the Halloween?
Yeah, but I don't think that it was pulled from it. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh no, it's definitely absurd is probably pulled from Halloween, which is where that comes into play.
yeah,
But you've got the regenerative, of
yeah,
his
yeah,
body regenerating. Did
right.
remind me a bit of George Eastman. He's a big guy as well.
He's not
But
as big, not as big, but yeah,
not as big, no. But
but
go
he's
on, I
definitely
know the scene
creepy
you're
as
gonna
hell.
mention.
His face, the face,
There's something
uh,
about him, man. Yeah. He's
yeah.
cast like brilliantly. But I was gonna say, go on, Dirk, mention the scene you're gonna
Oh yeah,
say.
the bar scene. So like early on, you see Chuck Norris, Stephen First. What's his name in the Charlie? That's his name in the movie.
Charlie,
Yeah, they're in a
The
diner.
sheriff's deputy, yeah.
Yeah, they're in a diner and shit, and these, I guess they're supposed to be badass outlaw of some kind of biker gang. Two dudes and a
Yeah,
chick with these. She's got these big old breasts, and she's got like these fake. You could tell they're fake tattoos. They
fake
look like they
tattoos.
were just put on right before the scene started. They're shining like the fake tattoos. But they're giving them shit, while they're sitting there eating, uh, and then so you see them. He tells them to get out of town or whatever because, like, I don't know what town this is supposed to be in. Like, I know this is filmed in Dallas, Texas, but
Right, yeah.
that shit would not fly, dude. Like, you go to pull a knife on a cop, no, your ass is done. Like, they're
I mean,
calling
it's
them.
funny, yeah, the way they,
Yeah,
like he calls out the 2 like, sheriffs as well.
yeah. He's like,
Like
tell me why these small towns got candy ass cops. Like,
yeah. I mean, I would love to have seen someone like Thomas Millian play that fucking punk. I think he
yeah.
would have done it a lot better. But he's
Oh
pretty
yeah,
good, the actor, man, like, I'll be honest.
for sure.
Um,
But yeah, so he tells them to get out of town, and then later they see all the bikes at this bar. They go into the bar, and all hell breaks loose. Stephen First, Charlie, he's not helping shit, but he goes outside. He tells them to call backup. He's on the damn radio talking about this chick's breasts and he's in love and all
Yeah,
this shit.
because she
Well, Chuck
flashes
Norris,
him, doesn't she? Yeah.
yeah, Chuck Norris got to fight the whole damn bar, basically. You know, uh,
And it's kind of like an in-joke throughout the whole film that, like, Chuck Norris is kind of like saying to his deputy, "Oh no, you're really good," and
yeah,
like,
you're gonna
but
be a good
there's kind of
lawman.
an in-joke that he's just this big guy's just a pussy, and
Yeah,
and Chuck's got to do all the work basically and do all the killing and fucking,
yeah.
all that. But that scene is great because they've got the fucking but the owner of the bar fucking tied up. He's like fucking great, man. And they're all partying like fucking they in this bar, like the
Spill
music
like
going on.
pouring pitchers of beer on some
Yeah,
women.
yeah, just
You know,
degrading fucking women
all
and
these
fucking
women
all
are
sorts,
showing their
man.
breasts and shit, and it's like,
It is
only in the
great.
'80s, man. Like, well, not only the '80s, but you know what I mean. They don't do this shit
But
now.
yeah, you can see why that could, in a small town as well, back in those days, that could be possible to do.
Yeah,
But like when they both get there as well, and fucking Chuck starts taking them on one by one, it's just great.
when they take the dead John Kirby, and like I said, they want to. The one doctor wants to try this new serum shit that some experimental drug they got, and it works. But the other doctor's against it.
Tom,
Doctor
Tom,
Tom,
Tom.
Doctor Tom. Yeah, he's totally against the shit, and they do it anyway. And of course, shit don't turn out too good. So he's
And
like,
he's like, I think he's brilliant. Like every film I've seen him in, Ron Silver, like he plays the psychopath in Blue Steel, and
yeah,
he's amazing. He plays kind of a similar doctor type in The Entity.
yeah,
Um,
really good actor,
oh
solid
man,
actor.
and he
The
shines
whole
through as
cast,
well.
I think.
Yeah, yeah. Well, apart from Chuck's acting,
Well,
maybe.
Chuck, you're
Uh,
not there really for Chuck's acting ability, I don't think.
no, no.
So, but
But it's weird. I was saying to Dirk before, his character is kind of woke, where it's really weird, like because he's this dab hand, karate expert and all that, and he's
yeah,
beating up people right and left. But he's got like this really weird soft side where he's like with the deputy sheriff, always like kind of treating him with kid gloves type thing and all, and it's kind of funny to see, because knowing, what his background is and everything. But yeah, you've got to mention that one, when they're in the bar though with the bike and the guy gets knocked off the bike
yeah,
and
because
it
Chuck
goes
Norris
through
has
the
done,
window.
he's done whooped
Oh,
everybody's ass in the bar, and
yeah.
he's like, you're next, and oh boy, he's trying to crank his bike up and shit, and then
Try kind of get out and then he just
he's
gets
trying to get
knocked
the hell
off.
out of there, and Chuck hits his ass off the bike, and the bike goes through the window. It's all practical. There's great
Yeah,
stunt work in the film. The killer, John
yeah,
Kirby, I don't know. I don't think he probably didn't do the stunts. I'm imagining not. But whoever did, holy shit. Like somebody had to jump out of a building, and I'm sure they
yeah,
landed on one of them soft pad things or whatever. But then also there's another scene where he's he's being dragged from a Bronco, you know?
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Like amazing, like really some stunt work in this.
right.
I would imagine Chuck was probably like,
Chuck did his own
although,
stunts.
yeah, yeah. I was
Yeah,
going to say maybe a supervisor on the other stunts. Who knows? I don't know if
right.
he was he actually a stuntman in real life.
No, I know he did
Probably,
his own stunts though.
or just for his roles.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all that stuff is great, man. I mean, if you want to like a good action type, kind of cheesy slasher. It's got a little bit of everything in you, kind of like
Yeah.
Cobra, where it's like a hybrid mix
Right.
of
Yeah. That'd
you
be
could
a
do a
great
lot
double
worse than
feature
this
with
with
Cobra.
Cobra. Yeah,
Yeah. Stallone and Chuck Norris. Hell yeah. But
that could be a future show. You never know, but
right.
yeah, this has got everything you want really. It's got the action scenes, the fight scenes, the horror like the slasher. You got the love interest. You could go on, man. It's yeah,
Yeah, man.
I really like this one. I gotta be honest. But the way he just keeps coming back and back and back, and
Yeah.
Chuck's
I
like
mean,
beating the fuck out of him, and
he gets shot. He gets shot out of a building. It's kind of like a probably I'd say that is at least 5 to 10 floors up in a building.
Yeah.
Falls out of a building, blows up in a damn car wreck in a Bronco, with nothing on him, without a mark on him, because he's got that special healing shit going on. But
and the thing is, as well, with me when I was watching it, I was thinking, because I couldn't remember much about it because it was years before.
yeah.
But I was thinking, where is it going to go? How's this going to end? But like Dirk said with the ending, which we're not going to give away, but I mean, it's definitely the right ending, because there's no other way this could have ended, I don't think.
Right. Yeah.
And that's about all I'm going to say about that. I'm not going to go too deep, but
right. Yeah.
It does work. Yeah.
They left it open, just in
Right.
case.
So I was going to say that to you. Do you think they were going to do a sequel?
That was the original plan, but for whatever reason, it didn't happen. So.
Oh man, I would have loved to have seen a sequel.
Yeah.
Maybe
well,
it didn't
I
do
kind of
so
like
well
that. I kind of like that it's like that, though.
Yeah. Would have been interesting to see where they went though with it.
But I'm sure Chuck he couldn't come back because he was very popular around this time.
Right. Yeah. And like Dirk said, the cliff scene as well. Basically, there's a big question with that. You think is this guy still alive, or is he dead, or whatever? And that's always there on that. But I mean, you got the epic fight towards the end as well, which is great.
Man.
Like I say, I highly recommend this one. Probably don't like it as much as Dirk, but
I mean, for me, this is like a probably watchability, man. I mean, shit, I can watch it anytime, probably, at least once a year. And so for me, I give this one probably a 8 out of 10.
Okay. For entertainment.
Yeah.
I would probably go a solid 7.
Okay.
I was surprised actually how much I really liked it this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I said, I don't think you can go far wrong. If you want something to just maybe put on in the background, even, because this is nothing you need to fucking work out.
No, it's straightforward action slasher. I mean, really. Yeah.
It's exactly what you think it is, Just look at that cover.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got the killer in the background with the eyes.
Right.
Yeah. And that's all you need to fucking know, really, about this film.
Yeah. You got Walker, Texas Ranger before he's Walker, Texas Ranger versus Michael Myers, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And if that don't sell it, then nothing will.
Right.
But yeah, highly recommended. Yeah.
But yeah, man, I appreciate everybody checking this out, and we'll catch y'all later.
Have a good one, guys.